Hello guys, Alex here. Thanks for tuning in, and today I'm going to teach you the 8 pillars of how to achieve true sustainable weight loss. Okay, so full disclosure guys, no magic potions, no pills, no gimmicks here. If that's what you're looking for guys, please switch this off. It's not what I'm all about. So in terms of my story, I used to really struggle with my weight. I've been there before. I'm not someone who can eat what they want and rock up with a six-pack. If I walk past a chicken fillet roll, I gain body fat, okay? So all through my childhood, my teenage years, I suffered with this. But at the age of 17, I mustered up the courage and I lost 4 stone in a year, and this changed my life in more ways than I can ever explain. I now want to spend and have been spending my life helping other people achieve sustainable weight loss as well. Over the last 13 years, I've done 4 degrees up to a master's level, all based around nutrition, exercise and behaviour change. I've worked in the National Health Service. I've helped professional athletes like Sligo Rovers, SBG Dublin. I was on the Paddy Houlihan podcast there last year. I've worked with international hockey players, badminton players and world record holding cyclists. While all that is well and good, I get much more enjoyment from working with accountants, bartenders and electricians. Basically regular people who want to feel happier about how they look and how they are in their own skin. People who want to live a little bit longer and want to be there for their grandkids when they're getting older. Because if you can't make time for exercise or lifestyle changes, unfortunately you're going to have to make time for illness. So if this is something that you feel you could do or achieve benefit from, please click the survey below, and then I'll reach out to you and we can see how I can put you on the first step to achieving them goals. So let's dive right into it guys. I have a little presentation here. I thought I'd fly over with you. There we go. Minimize. And from start. Oh, and I've gone straight away ahead. Well, the last one was a picture of me with my qualifications, and to be fair, you've already seen that and heard me talking about it. So I'll dive right into it, guys. You're here right now to get some value, to get some content, and I don't want you to feel like this is a sales pitch, because it's not. I want you to be able to go away with this information, and I want you to be able to start applying it immediately to start getting results. Number 1 in terms of the pillars is to avoid the fad diet traps. Okay, there are so many fad diets out there. Myth, fact, who knows? Well, hopefully after today's seminar, you will know. Intermittent fasting is one I want to discourage right from the get-go. Intermittent fasting is when we try and eat for 8 hours a day and fast for 16. Yes, it can work because it can indirectly lead to a calorie deficit, which means that you're eating less calories than you're burning off. However, it means that you are going to be in a catabolic state for a long period of time. Whenever we are not eating, when we're fasting, we're breaking down muscle. What happens when you break down muscle? Our metabolism gets hammered. Okay, guys? So if we spread the food out throughout the day, it's much more advantageous to maintain a lean physique. Furthermore, intermittent fasting gives you bad breath, low energy, poor cognitive function, poor recovery. It goes against everything that I teach about the world of sports nutrition. So please move away from this if you can. The ketogenic diet, okay? The ketogenic diet is all based around one study in the 80s with 5 subjects in which one subject seen a benefit. The ketogenic diet is basically a low-carb diet, but it's very extreme. And they argue that what it does is it encourages your body to use fat as a fuel source, okay? So remember what I said, 5 subjects, one of which seen a benefit in which fat oxidation was increased. However, this fat oxidation didn't last. It only increased for 24 hours, and everybody else on a regular diet managed to overtake that person past that 24 hours. Furthermore, it has never been correlated with performance, and a ketogenic diet being low in carbs is going to encourage poor immunity, more sickness, poor sleep, increased irritability, poor recovery, poor fueling. Everything again that I would not recommend in terms of sports nutrition. So what else have we got here? No carbs after 6 p.m. Okay, this one makes me smile. What would happen if you're working nights? How would you manage if you're working nights and you couldn't have carbs after 6, guys? This is something to be very cautious of. It can lead to body fat loss indirectly again, because it can mean that you're eating less if you have a curfew with your eating. But it's much more advantageous to spread your food out throughout the day, and as I mentioned, not go into that catabolic state. I have a big meal before bed every night. It helps me to sleep. It also makes me fully recovered for the following day. Exercise provides a stimulus, but it's the rest and the food that provides the adaptation. Okay? Use your waking window as an opportunity to fuel and become more of an athlete. And we're all athletes. It doesn't matter if you're going for a marathon or to get up and down them stairs. View yourself as an athlete. View your food as functional. View your food as something that's actually going to help you feel better, have more energy, not be lagging in energy, feel better about yourself. There's so many reasons. HIIT training burns more dietary fat. Okay, the increase of dietary fat oxidation from HIIT training has been exaggerated massively in social media. It is actually only between 6 and 15%. So if you were to go for a medium-paced jog for half an hour, you would burn much more calories than if you were to sprint for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds for 6 times. Excuse me. So bear that in mind. So going at a steady state of exercise for a longer period of time is going to give you much better results. Here's some case studies, guys, of people that I've previously helped. On the left, you can see is me with a big pike, 28 pounds. No one ever comments about the pike in the photograph. And I got my body fat down to 5.8%, quite lean there. Here's Margarita. Margarita is someone who suffers from anxiety. She was in a low place when I first met her. She doesn't mind me sharing this information, by the way. Obviously, she's consented. But she turned it around. And she completely changed her body. And now exercise is a huge part of her life. Johnny on the right is a chef, / was a chef. And then decided that he was so in love with the fitness side of things that he quit. And he's now a personal trainer. So it's amazing what you can achieve in short periods of time. These ones are only 8 weeks. Me, myself, it was 6 months. But some of them people can do it in just 8 weeks. If you get support, if you get guidance, you can achieve anything, guys. So number 2, in terms of the pillars, enjoying your food and avoiding hunger. Life is too short to live in a hungry life. Oh my God. There is a special place in hell for people who go around living life hungry. So you need to enjoy your food. If you don't enjoy it, don't eat it. Okay? That's so important, guys. We need to enjoy our food and we need to make sure we avoid hunger. This can be done in lots of different ways. So for number 1, why I don't eat avocados. I don't eat avocados because I don't like them. Okay? So people always are shocked by that because I'm a dietitian, which means technically I should like avocados. But to be fair, it's about making every sort of a meal plan bespoke and tailored to you. If I was an optician, I wouldn't give you my glasses. Screw chicken and broccoli, guys. If there's no flavour, I'm not even entertaining it. Fibre, yes. So in terms of avoiding hunger, guys, fibre is a cracker. So is protein. Both of them increase satiation, which means feeling of fullness. So we don't want to go around hungry. Most people on my plans cannot manage the entire volume of food and get shocked by the amount of food that they get. By food displacement, filling up on lower calorie foods, it means that you're less likely to overeat on higher calorie foods. Oh, my little circle man there has managed to get in the way, but I'm sure you can read it. There we go. Food displacement. And staying hydrated, guys. How many times have we actually felt that we're hungry when we are just needing some fluid? This is huge. A pint of water before your dinner can be a massive help. And yes, it is a myth that drinking water with food dilutes the nutrients. Absolute rubbish, guys. So don't worry about that. More case studies, guys. Here I have Alan, I've got Danielle, and I've got Cian. Alan is 64 years of age and proves you do not have to be a certain age to get a six-pack. He now termed it, and I now have what young people call a six-pack. If you want to hear more about Alan, click on my website, sportdietitian.co.uk, and he's got a full YouTube video explaining how he achieved that. Danielle is someone who hated her 9-to-5 job, quite low on body confidence. She lost loads of weight, as you can see here, in 8 weeks, really short period of time. And with that, she got the courage to go tell her boss she wants to go back to uni. And the management company that she's with actually funded her education. So you have no idea how having a sustainable weight loss will overspill into other aspects of your life. It's not just about how you look, guys. It's about your confidence, what's going to happen next, your relationships, the energy levels you have, your quality of life, longevity of life. There's so many big benefits. Cian here, very busy businessman, does not have time. No one has time nowadays, guys. So it's about trying to find a plan that works for you and your lifestyle. Nothing should be copy and paste. It all has to be tailored. Convenience comes on nicely from Cian. So, who has felt like that? Head buried in the laptop papers, to-do list is massively overwhelming. Yes, we've all been there. So there's no way I'm going to ask you to spend 3 hours a day chopping veg. Not practical. I buy pre-chopped veg. Why? Because it's convenient. Because I really value my time and I want to make sure that I spend my time either helping as many people as I can or exercising myself, doing things that I thoroughly love. So, traveling, what to do when we're traveling. So, we got trains, planes, automobiles. When we're traveling, plan it in advance if you can. I want you to think about what foods are going to be available there. Who can I ring beforehand and explain that I'm trying to watch my weight? Who could I let know? Mammy, I love coming home to see you. I love them Irish dinners, but I need you to support me here. You've always supported me. I'm trying to watch what I eat. I'd like to serve my own food. I'd like to serve my own plate. I'm going to put 50% of the plate being fully vegetables. Control my portion sizes. I'd like to go for a walk. I'm going to get up early in the morning before you're up. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to make sure that when I travel, it doesn't all of a sudden be letting my hair down. I'm not going to deprive myself either. That's one thing for sure. I went to Vietnam a couple of years back and I simply got up in the morning, did 15 minutes of exercise at the end of the bed while my girlfriend was in the shower. Boom, done. Rest of the day, I can have a lot more freedom. I am having my cocktail in the evening. I'm not going to sit here with an Irish accent and pretend I don't enjoy a drink. It's about getting that balance. You don't have to give up everything, okay? It's about making changes that you're willing to make at a rate and a pace that you're willing to make, okay? So bear that in mind, guys. In terms of airplanes, it can be limited what you can have there. Having survival kits like protein bars can be very useful. Looking at the menus in advance to find out what recipes are there. Going for things like fish and steak can be a good way of keeping the calories down. Controlling the portion sizes of steak. Doing more exercise in the build up to the holiday. Doing more exercise as soon as you come back. Trying to walk and see the sights rather than hop on public transport. Loads of little tricks I can teach you, but hopefully that will get you started. We don't have hours to cook. We don't have hours to be chopping veg and cooking. So what you can do fast and convenient is really going to help you guys. I have microwavable mashed potato, microwavable turnip. Yes, there's slightly higher salt content. However, the salt in the rest of my diet is not very high. Okay, I might boil eggs in bulk and have them in the fridge as snacks. I always try and have a survival kit in the freezer for when it's a rainy day or I have no time and I'm stressed like this girl in this picture, I can fall back on my lunch boxes. Flavoured milk, extremely convenient and a hell of a lot cheaper than protein shakes, guys, okay? So flavoured milk is one of my favourite foods to use with my athletes, okay? So carbohydrate from the sugar replenishes your glycogen stores, which is a term for the energy that you hold in your muscles. The sodium or salt helps rehydrate you, and the protein improves your recovery as well. You don't need to spend money on protein shakes, guys. More protein shakes does not give you bigger biceps. There's actually a ceiling with protein. You can actually take too much of it and no, you will not just pee it out. Excess calories from any form of food will lead to excess body fat. So bear that in mind. With the flavoured milk, be careful. It is calorific. We've got to make sure we control the portion size, guys. Super important. We can't spend our lives counting grains of rice. Have you seen the bodybuilder plans when they've got broccoli and asparagus and 74 grams of chicken? Yes, it can be important to track portion size at the start, but I like to use palms, hands, thumb, measurements like that rather than weighing out grams, etc. It can be much more advantageous and we're looking for sustainability. The title of this webinar is sustainability. What can I keep doing for the rest of my life? What meals can I have that will work with my wife, with my husband, with my kids? What's going to be practical? I am not going to be cooking separate meals for my kids when I have them, okay? It's going to be for everybody. We're going to avoid this obesogenic environment, which is where we bring up bad habits. We mirror what our parents do. If you don't eat vegetables regularly, if you don't eat well, it's unlikely that your kids will start doing that as well. So bear in mind, one reason to make a big change is not just for you. It's for the people around you, people you love. More case studies. Okay, here I have Himanshu, I have Warren, I have Gabby. Gabby on the right is a mother of 3. Very, very busy woman, struggles to fit exercise in, but we managed to do it via walks with the kids, getting along the beach. Warren travelled 2.5 hours to see me when I met him on a one-to-one basis. He is a very, very busy businessman, has no time whatsoever, has his own gym in his house. However, you don't always need that. I have loads of clients who've achieved great things just with their body weight or some resistance bands. Warren is super driven and he is going for the Jason Statham look. He is very, very close. I reckon you have it got, Warren. Himanshu, single parent, 5 kids, works 12-hour days and only eats vegetarian foods that are Indian foods. Everyone has their own obstacles. Provided you communicate with me, guys, I guarantee you we will overcome yours as well. Don't deprive yourself. The 80-20 rule. I believe you're more likely to succeed if you let your hair down 20% of the time than if you never let the hair down. Because otherwise you're going to hate life and you're going to feel like you're suffering and it's not sustainable. And as I keep saying, sustainability, guys, is absolutely key here. So 1 glass of wine doesn't really count if it's a chalice. But like I said earlier, Irish weddings, birthday parties, alcohol, they can be incorporated in. I have meal plans with calorie windows that allow for alcohol, allow for special treats, and that way you feel like you're not missing out. The 80-20 rule, as I mentioned, if you're good 80% of the time, in my opinion, you will keep the healthy lifestyle up for longer than if you're good 100% of the time. Movements to gin and slim my tonic, vodka, diet coke, having a bottle of beer rather than a pint, trying to avoid and drink alcohol with food, trying to separate it if you can, trying to not be the first person there or the last one to leave if you can help it, avoid rounds where possible. There's loads of little tricks you can do to make achieving true sustainable weight loss more likely. Meals out. Okay, one of my favourite things to do is to get a meal out with my missus. I absolutely love it. And no, I do not have a chicken salad every time I go. I try and make sure I get adequate greens every single day. But if I'm going for a meal out, I'll enjoy something. I'll make sure there's 2 scales, the happiness health scale. So the happiness scale of 1 to 10, how happy I'm going to be after I've eaten the food or while eating the food. Other one, health scale, with 1 or 0 being very unhealthy, deep fried Mars bar, for example, 10 being a lean steak with some mashed turnip, mushrooms, and a light peppercorn sauce. So it has to be high in the taste scale, has to be high in the health. I would never encourage anyone to have a 10 out of 10 like a kale salad on the health scale. That tastes horrific because you're not going to enjoy it. And as I've mentioned, if you're not going to enjoy it, don't eat it. You want that balance, okay? Something that's somewhat healthy, but you know you're going to enjoy. Plan your rewards, okay? Plan it. Don't call it a cheat day or a cheat meal, a reward meal. Keep it positive. You've moved forward and you've been able to reward yourself with something that you thoroughly deserve for your hard work. More case studies. We have here Kat, we have Nikos, and we have Callum. Callum on the right, student, very busy, also has 2 businesses as well as a young entrepreneur. Very busy man. He's someone who I've actually helped gain weight, so a little bit different in terms of the goal. You can see a lot more muscle mass in his frame. Nikos lost 9 kilograms, incredible. In just 8 weeks' time, you can see his posture is way better as well. He works as a chef, comes with his own challenges. He actually has to taste food for a living. Kat, student, she lost 16 kilos. 16 kilos in 8 weeks. Absolute star, Kat. Well done. Again, different people, different backgrounds, different stories, different barriers, but they still can find the solutions. All I ask is communication. Just let me know what's working and what's not working, and we can get there. Okay, the secret weapon, progressive overload. Have any of you seen the video before, or the pictures you can see here, of the man carrying the calf? Okay, so basically he carried the calf as a child, and as he began to grow and become stronger, the calf got heavier, and the resistance became heavier, which is why he became stronger. In terms of a gym setting, progressive overload is where you have a set number of sets and repetitions and you try and increase the weight on a weekly basis. We want to avoid going to failure because it's a massive misconception that hitting failure every time is the way to go. If you keep your body guessing, your muscles are guessing too. You need to be able to track what you're doing, track how you're achieving. Even if it's bodyweight stuff at home. If you're doing 4 push-ups on your knees and you just jump in each week and see how many you can do, but you don't track how many you've done, you're not going to have that added psychological drive to push a little bit further. So monitoring is key. Better monitoring leads to better awareness. Better awareness leads to better choices. Better choices, better results. More case studies, guys. So here we have Amelia on the left, Greek, loves Greek food. We also have Felix here working as a server, and we have Pete on the right. So we have weight loss in all of them. You can see that Felix actually looks like he's bigger, but his body fat has been reduced. Amelia struggled with late night eating, but again, we did certain tasks to try and overcome comfort eating, boredom eating, emotional eating, out of sight, out of mind, using the ABC approach, like the antecedents, the behavior, the consequence. We can't always prevent our boss from being a dick, but we can always prevent how we react to it, the behavior, which then leads to the consequence. So again, there's always a way to get around it. Pete trained from the comfort of his own home. He didn't go to a gym, bodyweight stuff in his own garage. Again, there's always a way. All I ask is you communicate, guys. Mindset, absolutely huge. This is absolutely huge, guys. So nothing is impossible. Even the word itself has the word possible in it. The 5-minute journal. I do not work for these guys, but Jesus, you know what? I should be getting commission because I love this journal. You can find it on Amazon. The 5-minute journal looks at encouraging affirmations, saying positive things about yourself. That's so powerful. Sounds cringy, guys, but trust me here, right? Here I go on Spotlight. I like my red hair and my Irish accent. A little bit embarrassing to say, but when you say these things out loud, it automatically puts you in a positive mindset for the day. In this journal, it will also practice gratitude. 3 things in life that you're grateful for, whether it be the sunshine, the rain, or the lamp that's given me this halo effect here. Anything that's small is going to be a big help, guys. It gives you clarity. 3 goals at the start of every day. What would make today great? Then at night time, you come back. What 3 things were great today? What were the 3 big wins? And you also state 2 things that could have made today even better. That is so powerful, guys. I'm not joking. If you do one thing, get the 5-minute journal. It takes, 5 minutes, coincidentally enough, but you can fly through it in 2 or 3 if you like. It gives you clarity. It changes your perception of life. It's so powerful. Don't tell people about your dreams. Show them. Okay? So talk is cheap, guys, but action is absolutely huge here. So set goals. Set goals for yourself. You cannot hit a target that you can't see. A ship with no compass is not going anywhere. Okay? Set some goals. Goal setting is huge, guys. Weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, a goal for the next decade. In terms of happiness, in my opinion, it comes down to relationships, purpose, and progress. If you have strong relationships with people that you're close to, and if you feel that you've got a purpose in life, you have a true purpose of what you're going out to do each day, and you can see progression and improvement, then every day is a win. Every day is a win. Ask yourself right now what you could do to make your life a little bit better, what aspects of it need work, and what's the first step? What's the first step? Your why. So, saying you want to lose weight is important, but finding out why is so much more powerful. So why did I want to lose weight? I wanted to lose weight so I could get some new clothes. Why? Because I wanted to feel more attractive. Why? Because I wanted to be more accepted. Why? Because I didn't want to be bullied. Why? Because I wanted to fit in. Why? Because I wanted to have more self-worth. That's my why. Your why could be to reduce your risk of a heart attack because your dad passed away. Your why could be that you want to be able to play with your grandkids and have the energy to get up 2 flights of stairs without getting breathless. Your why could be being able to not be worried about putting on a suit you haven't put on in months and that your belt will be too tight or that your shirt won't close. Think of your why, write it down. The bigger the why, the easier the how, guys. It's super powerful. More case studies, guys. I've got Stewie here on the left-hand side. I have Jack in the middle, and I have Lilu. Lilu, again, is a chef, struggled with having to taste food for a living, but he got there. Jack is an accountant, office-based job, but he has lost 14 kilograms in 8 weeks. He's absolutely killing it. Okay, guys? These guys are all online as well, so not a one-to-one basis in terms of support. It's all by giving them online support. It's twice the support and half the price. Stewie, on the left, was a professional cyclist and got so into the gym that he quit. I'm not sure if that's a horror story or a good story, but anyway, he got so into it that it became a huge part of his life. What else we got? Communication and support, guys. Okay, support is everything. Communication is everything. With my clients, all I ask, I've got 2 values here: courage and honesty. I want you to be honest in terms of telling me what's working and honest in telling me what's not. Nothing is set in stone. Everything is dynamic. Everything can be changed. It's your job to always let me know what's not working for you. Okay? So honesty and integrity, super, super important. And then the courage to make changes and be open-minded to change. 7 means of communication is how I communicate with my clients, whether it be email, phone call, live Q&A, Facebook group, WhatsApp, Telegram. There's no escaping me. I'm going to be in your phone in some way. I've got my own app that I built this year as well, which means that literally notification after notification, I'm going to be there to support you with motivational quotes. And obviously when you're down, being able to turn to someone is super, super powerful as well. Empathetic support, guys. In a world of an online life, we get lost in automation. And I hate dealing with robots and dealing with just the same old stuff. Even emails now are automated. I think that there should be a personal touch. Personal training should be personal. This is why I do phone calls with my clients. It has to be personal. Accountability. Knowing someone is there that you have to answer to. I have weekly progress reports every Friday, so people know they've got a deadline to get back to me, and I give them feedback that week on what to do in the next week and how to manage their sleep or how to manage their commute, what to do when there's some troubles at home. How to deal with these things is super important, guys. Clarity. Reassurance that you know you're doing the right thing. Okay, that's super, super important. There's so many mixed messages and conflicting information on social media. As Denzel Washington says, what is the implications of having too much information? Analysis paralysis means we do nothing. If we've got too much information, decisiveness is a killer. Undecisiveness is an absolute killer. If you don't know where to go, we're just stumbling over conflicting studies with 3 rabbits showed this rather than people. So be careful what you listen to, be careful what you read, and make sure you get it from a reputable source. Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt both have trainers. I have a trainer as well. Okay, I think that the best athletes in the world have trainers, and this is why I invest into myself. I put almost 40k into my education and mentorships over the years because I want to self-develop. I want to be the best person I possibly can be. The growth mindset means that as soon as we begin to think we know everything, we know nothing. Okay? It's about embracing being or looking stupid in certain situations. It's okay to be a rookie in certain things because that means you're trying something new. You're staying out of your comfort zone. You're treading water. If we're in the panic zone or the comfort zone, we don't grow. The stretch zone in between, that's where the magic happens. More case studies again, guys. Kirsten, Emma, Thomas, absolute belters here. Emma came back to me after a year. She was with me for 8 weeks and she continued to lose the weight, which is, to be honest, my dream, to have people to go away and come back, and I've given them the tools to do it themselves. Any good personal trainer or dietitian should be looking to discharge people so they can go their own way. Fleetwood Mac. Do what you can with the tools you have, get support, then go your own way, okay? I think it's the most ethical approach and the best one. Thomas from Hungary, student, busy lifestyle again, but massive, massive differences in terms of his abs there and his midsection. Kirsten, single parent of 1 and looks after her mother and brother. Absolute unbelievable person. And you know what? Great person to work with as well. It's about finding little snacks and treats at nighttime that kill them cravings, but don't kill your waistband or kill your results. Weekly results. This is the 8th pillar, and this is the most important one because you know what? My qualifications are important, but you come to me for an outcome. You come to me for results, and that's so, so important. If you don't get that, then what is the point? Okay? My little sister on the left-hand side, body fat very low. Vicky in the middle didn't actually lose weight, but her body composition changed. Her muscle mass increased, body fat went down. Lewis massively increased in muscle mass, as you can see on the right-hand side. Again, using these 8 pillars. Nothing will motivate you more than seeing results every week. Every week you see me, if you get results, you'll be very motivated. The next step. There's me. Little ginger emoji. Oh, there's me. So information and ideation without action remains only fiction. So this information is really important, guys, but if you don't start to apply it, you're not going to be any different in 6 months' time. Ask yourself the question, if not now, then when? Where will you be in 6 months' time if you keep going down the route that you're currently on? Okay? How bad does it have to get before we need to make change? How bad does it have to get? Be careful where you get your information from. Even the term nutritionist is not protected. Anyone who does a 6-week course can call themselves a nutritionist. As a dietitian, I had to do 4 years in university, and it is a protected body. So be very careful where you learn your information from. Don't take my word for it. If you Google Alex Neilan, I've got 104 Google reviews, all 5-star. Look at my website, you'll see some of the people I've previously helped. I'm extremely passionate about what I do, and I really hope that comes across. If you genuinely care about people, reciprocity always happens. I genuinely love it. I love seeing people getting results. I love people getting the balls to get out of abusive relationships, being able to quit their jobs when they hate it, feel better in themselves, and not feel like they're avoiding social occasions, not feeling like they're avoiding certain things or avoiding their closet, because they can't fit in their clothes anymore. These things affect our relationships, our energy levels, our body confidence, our mood. Depression is huge nowadays. Exercise and healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle, guys, can be sustainable. It's not a diet. I hate that term. It implies it's got an expiration date. It really is about balancing it. So I have limited spaces available, guys. If you click the survey below, it'll allow me to reach out to you and give you some more support. It has been more than a pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Honestly, guys, make the change now. If not now, then when? Reach out, commit, tell your family you're making a change. Have someone to answer to. Look around you for support. Think about what one change can I do this week that's going to move the needle forward. Okay? Take action, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your time. And that's it.